Hi, this is Catherine, and I'm going to try to show you how I did that chevron fold. Um, and this is my first time making a video, so bear with me. The first step is to draw my lines. I'm using a basket with a grid on it, and I'm choosing the top left corner to put a little dot, so I have like a grid of dots. And I just move the basket, and when I need to move over, I just shift the basket over and line up my existing dots and make the new dots. So that's the first step, is to put dots over the whole shirt. Okay, so the next step after I have all of my dots is to draw my chevron lines. And I have this little small square ruler, and I just started connecting dots, these 3 dots to make one side, these 3 dots to make the other, and I just moved my ruler. If you don't have a ruler, I'm sure you could just get a piece of cardboard. I'm doing something where there's a 90-degree angle in all of my peaks and valleys. And when I made my second row, I'm going to come down and skip one dot and leave one blank in the middle, because every single one of these lines that you draw is where you're going to pinch and pleat and fold that together, and it is kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm leaving some more space, and I line up my dots and connect through, move my ruler over, and I'll do this on the whole shirt. Okay, I've started adding my clips, and I did one set of peaks and then one set of valleys, and then I sort of squish them together. Before I forget, this shirt has, I love these, from Members Mark. It's got some cotton and some rayon, or maybe cotton and modal, which is also a natural fiber. I washed it, dried it, soaked it in soda ash, spun it dry, and it got, I like it to dry out a little bit before I do my dots, but when I'm doing the pleating, I found that it's nice when it's damp, so just kind of wet the next area that I'm going to be working on. Soda ash solution. And the other thing I wanted to mention is when you're drawing your chevron lines towards the edge of the shirt, when you don't have dots to line up your little ruler with, these are all 90 degrees, and so I would just use that 90-degree mark to draw that line. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top, getting up on the shoulder, and I grab both layers of the fabric together and pinch it. It's kind of hard when you get up where the seams are on the neckline and everything. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. But I pinch one side of the peak and the other side of the peak, and as best I can, tuck the fabric in there and pinch it. Now, some of the TikTok videos I saw, they were so precise, and it was all sped up, so in about 3 seconds you see this little clip of what they were doing and getting everything together. And I just thought I'd give it a go, but I'm not going to fuss with it. I almost think that the little wrinkles in between there, and when you squish these together, all those little wrinkles give places for that dye to flow and split. So I'm not going to stress over it. As long as I get my peaks and valleys pinched together with a clip and go on to the next one right below it. I try to use my finger and poke it in the point there. Come to the next one. And so on, back and forth. And I've seen some people have like a 2x4 to sort of push their work, but yeah, I'm doing okay with this as it is. I'll come back when I'm a little bit further along. Okay, I did my second row of peaks, and now I'm going to come back and do the valleys. And I actually like the valley part better because part of that line is already pinched, so I just need to find the opposite one and clip it together. Try to change the angle so that you could see better what I was doing. And I definitely sprayed this so it's easier to grab both layers of fabric, and when you pinch it, it sort of stays together. Pinch, pinch, put that point together and clip. Pinch, pinch. First time I did this, I had some nice Jack Johnson going on in the background, and I went through 1.5 albums before I was done. And when you get the peaks and the valleys together, then they just sort of scrunch. They just sort of scrunch, and I let the wrinkles go where they might, where they want to go. I think this pinching is what gives you the effect, like that Christmas tree or tail feather or whatever you want to call it. Not quite a chevron. All right, I will come back when I'm all done and show you how I tie up the log. Okay, the last step before getting ready to dye is to remove the clips and put some sort of, I like these little baby rubber bands because they keep the folds together, but I don't want to sinew it. I want flow to go down the shirt, because the last one I did on a slight incline. And something I didn't do last time, but I realized this time, if I kind of tug on it, all of these little nested peaks and valleys come together better. So maybe I'll get the chevron this next time, since I'm doing that. It doesn't really matter which end I start on. I'm just going to pinch and remove a couple of the clips and put on a rubber band. Remove some more clips. Pinching as I go so I don't lose all that hard work. And just keep going up the shirt. Oops. So I'm giving a little tug and a squeeze at the same time. Funny how that gray Crayola marker splits into kind of a pink and a green. Chromatography. Oh, I meant to count how many of these little clips I used. A lot. A bunch. So every 2 inches or so, just kind of pinch it together. And there you go. I'll continue this and then probably let it air dry a little bit before I put on some dye and ice. Okay, hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.